The director of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, Edward Kwao, has assured that ongoing rehabilitation works at the historic site will be completed before the 2025 Independence Day celebrations. This assurance follows concerns over the park's maintenance, particularly the state of its landscaping. ChannelOne News' Falso Masawodu assesses the current state of the site in the following report.
Located in the heart of Accra, the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park was reopened in July 2023 after being redeveloped at a cost of $3.5 million US. The site houses the remains of Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and his wife, Fatia Nkrumah. The redevelopment of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park was met with enthusiasm by the general public, tourists, and most especially those who believe in the Nkrumahist ideologist, so to speak. But barely a year and some months after its refurbishment, we are here at the facility to assess its current state. Has anything changed as much? The washrooms were clean during my visit. Director of the facility, Edward Kwao, explained that the park was recently renovated to improve convenience for visitors.
What we realized initially was that most of these fixed initially were actually like a regular keys for you have for your home.
The locks?
The locks, which was not really working for a public space. Like, look at the traffic that comes in and out. So we had to blend in the two.
How frequent do you clean up the place? Do you wait till the day is over before the cleaners come in to tidy the place up, or you do that intermittently?
Before we walked in, we saw a gentleman and a lady. So a lady takes care of the lady's side. So every other time that a traffic comes in, she comes in to follow up, to clear the place up, to make it ready for the next group to also use. So we have people, janitors on standby, who do that for us.
Despite challenges with water supply, Kwao explained that alternative sources of water are mainly directed to the washrooms. Have you at any point in time, experienced maybe shortages of water flow and all of that?
It happens sometimes, but of course we have backups.
So what are the backups?
So when we don't have water, or the alert comes early, we are able to bring in water tanker to supply us water. So we've always had that thing always solved for us. And one thing we have also done is to make sure that this facility always has water. So it takes precedence over all other places on the park. So I would rather have water flowing here than even using it to water the lawns.
However, the situation within the park's inner premises was different. These men, who had been working for the past 2 weeks, were focused on restoring the regular flow of the fountains.
The fountain is run by pump, pumping system that we have. And the pumps will run at a certain level of the water. So the water is supposed to cover, you see the tubes we see there? It's supposed to cover up to the level of the light. The light should be more or less submerged into the water. Then the pumps can easily run without problem. If it's not up to that level, you run it, you're going to spoil the pumps. That is it. So there's nothing wrong with the fountain system.
But the water doesn't look clean right now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Look at the gentleman over there. So compare this place to the other place. I don't know what you mean by cleanness.
I'm seeing some particles in there.
So they are still working.
Okay, it is due to the work that
they are doing. That's the work they are doing over there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Scooping.
Right.
Yeah.
Scooping the water.
Yeah.
So how long should it take?
They should finish this thing by the end of this week.
The once beautiful lawns were now desiccated, glaringly deprived of moisture. Mr. Kwao attributed the situation to intermittent water shortages. So what could be the way forward? Mr. Kwao shares his insights. The lawns, it gives that natural feel when you come here. But clearly in our shots, the lawns do not look as green as they are supposed to.
So you are right by observation. But the thing too is that water.
So it comes down to the issue of water supply.
Water. As I mentioned on air, somewhere the middle of late last year, our former minister, Japan Minister Honorable, approved for us to have systems, well drilled, and have a system built for us where we can treat water so we don't get to rely solely on Ghana water.
He assured that the rehabilitation works would be completed by March 6, 2025, in time for Ghana's Independence Day celebrations. If you had to put a time frame to this, how long should we come back to this park to see the place as green as supposed?
I would say before we celebrate our independence, the place should be largely okay for us to see the green.
Before 6th March?
Around 6 March, it should be okay. Around that period, it should be okay.
So around,
generally, we should have the place looking green. If you get the level of the water we require, this can run in the next 2 weeks if the water flows.
Okay.
Yes.
So with the fountain, all other things being equal, we wouldn't even have to. Okay.
It's water that we need.
Okay.
Yesterday, Ghana Water released some flow. If it continues like that, we should have this thing running in a week's time. Because virtually we just needed to cover the pipes you're seeing and the lights, and then it's to start running again. There's no issue with them.
This is the Kwame Nkrumah Audiovisual Tunnel, one of the most monumental places here at his Memorial Park. The concerns were that the audiovisual system was not functioning. Now we would want to find out really from the director if that is the case here.
And that is not entirely the case. The issue is that because it's an audio section, if you came here with a guest or a group of people, you would have to be shouting for them to hear you. So we have a system built where we can regulate the volume. So at a point when you are here and you need a volume down, we also want them to hear a bit of it. So the volume is down, but if you want to increase it, this is how loud you can get it.
The library, unfortunately, remains bare. For a facility established in memory of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, well, the expectation is that you will come here to read books and literature written by him or others related to him, but that will not happen because the place designated to be a library is virtually empty. But why?
We are currently in the process of engaging Ghana Library Authority to help us have proper setup as to what they think will be proper to have here for our guests, those who want to research on Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah.
How advanced are you with talks with the Ghana Library Authority and other stakeholders to have this place finished, the library?
Well, I began the process somewhere last year, tried to fix an appointment with the director. So if that is firmed up, we'll have that one done for us, yeah.
The mantra, Nkrumah never dies, remains a catchphrase, particularly among individuals who believed in its ideologies. And for management of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, maintaining the beauty of the facility is a strong protection of its legacies. Reporting for ChannelOne News, Fauzu Masaudu, Accra.